2 for brand new Mazda MX-5. For Mark 4, or if you're a nerdy MX-5 geek like me, it's the ND. The model tested here is the Sport Nav, which would normally cost you £23,095, but this does have the ceramic metallic paint on it, so this particular model would cost you £23,645. It's fitted with a 1.5 litre naturally aspirated petrol engine, which has 129 brake horsepower with 150 Newton meters of torque, mated to a 6-speed manual gearbox, and the power is of course fed to the rear wheels. So you will hit 62 miles per hour in 8.3 seconds, and the top speed is 127 miles per hour. And I know what you're thinking, that's not very fast for a sports car, but the MX-5 has never been about speed. It's been about handling, the way how the car drives, the way how it makes you feel, and other tired old cliches. And I'm happy to report so far, Mazda has done a brilliant job with the Mark IV. Now, in regards to specification, I've got navigation, of course I have, that's why it's called the Sport Nav. I've also got heated seats, infotainment system here, which sadly doesn't have smartphone mirroring, so it hasn't got Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, which is a tad disappointing if I'm going to be honest. I've also got Bluetooth, DAB radio, automatic lights and wipers, keyless entry, and the Bose sound system. Also got rear parking sensors, and I've also got climate control as well. There are 2 other trim levels to choose from though. You can either have the base model SE, which is priced from £18,795 and is only available with a 1.5 litre engine, or you can have the mid-range SEL Nav, which is priced from £20,495 and is available with the 2 litre petrol engine as well as the 1.5. You can also have the RF model, which has a fancy folding metal roof, but this will cost you more money and it also adds more weight. Now, for those wanting more power, you can of course look towards the 2 litre petrol, and that offers 158 brake horsepower, and that will hit 62 miles per hour a second quicker, so 7.3 seconds, and top speed is slightly improved at 133 miles per hour. But you know what? Down this road for 1.5 is absolutely fine. Don't forget the 2 litre engine will add more weight. And okay, when you put your foot down in 6th, sometimes not a great deal happens, but one great thing about having the MX-5 with its naturally aspirated engine is you can really rev its heart out. Now, the Mark IV is the lightest version of the MX-5 since the original, and you can really tell it does feel really nimble. Just do that and it pivots around your hips. Okay, I know that's a tired old cliche, but it's true, it really does. You just feel like you can really, you feel like you're a part of the action. You're a part of the car. You're not sat in it letting the car drive you. You're part of what the car's doing. It feels like you're wearing the car rather than actually driving it. But would this be enough power for me in an MX-5? You know what, I think it would. Would I get bored a few months down the line? Maybe. So compared to the Mark III, the Mark IV is lighter. It's also shorter, lower and wider, so it's more aggressive, and its styling is also more aggressive as well. Now, for years a lot of people would describe the MX-5 as cute, and you get a sense of the MX-5 grew tired of being called cute, and it's come up with this really aggressive styling for the latest model. It's kind of got that frowny face of going, oh, I'm a serious car, I promise, there's nothing cute about me. Now, even in the new MX-5, you can't get a turbo, and some might think, oh, but you know what? I don't mind that. Now, I do rather like a turbo, but I also like the fact that I can really wring out the power of this MX-5's neck. So, slip it down a gear. That's 5,000 revs. That's 60 into full. And that wasn't even all the way to the red line. But I like the way how you get a sense the MX-5 loves to be revved, and if I want a bit more go, I just drop down and away I go. But how does the car drive? Now, I've not driven the Mark III, so I can't compare it to that sadly, but I do of course own a Mark II, and I will be doing a separate video where I'm comparing the two. But just to sum up here, compared to my Mark II, the gear change is a little bit lighter, but it's still really sweet. The steering is a little bit lighter as well, but the brakes are better, and the brake pedal has got a firmer feel to it, which is good because the brakes on my Mark II are not fantastic, if I'm going to be honest with you. Now, would I have this over a Fiat 124 Spider? Yes, I would. It feels lighter, it's a more driver focused car, whereas for 124 Spider, it's a heavier car, it's bigger, so in the corner it wallows about a little bit, and there's a bit of turbo lag, whereas the Mazda doesn't have that problem, of course. And for me, this feels like more fun. For me, the 124 Spider is more of a cruiser, whereas this is more like a B-road destroyer. And the pedals are spot on, they've got a lovely weight to them. Okay, the clutch could be a little bit heavier, but the pedal setup is brilliant. Now, I will be honest, the car isn't perfect. I'm not a big fan of the infotainment system. The cornering could be a little bit flatter, if I'm going to be honest with you, but there's plenty of grip available. The car's predictable. You always get a sense of what it's doing. It's never going to bite back, but let's face it, it hasn't really got the greatest amount of power, so it's never really going to snap at you, is it? And because of that, the MX-5 is hugely accessible. What I love about this car is that anyone can drive this, young, old, male, female. This car doesn't discriminate. Anyone can get in this car and have a jolly good time. Speaking of which, you know a car is doing something right when you're beaming ear to ear, like I am now. Now, I don't envy Mazda, because it must be difficult to keep improving on something that has been so successful, but for Mark IV, it's brilliant. It really is. Mazda, you've done it again. You have bloody done it again, haven't you? Towards the end of the day, I was able to have a quick spin in a 2-litre model to see how it compares. As well as having more power, it also has bigger brakes and a limited slip diff. The car is a tad heavier as well, because it has got a bigger engine. So a 1.5 litre model, that's 1,050 kilograms, whereas this is 1,075 kilograms. So that's 25 kilograms heavier. But does it equate to any real difference? It does feel a bit more solid. Doesn't feel quite as nimble. Quite quickly, I can definitely feel that extra power. It's still not the fastest car in the world, of course, but it's got a bit more grunt to it. It's got a bit more meat and bones to it. This car does feel a little bit more planted, because it is a tad heavier, but there's not much in it. There really isn't. Oh yes, we are moving down here on the brakes. Bit of heel and toe action. That's very satisfying to do in the MX-5. Now, when I drove a 1.5 earlier, I thought that was enough power, but now I've driven the 2-litre model, I'm not too sure. If it were my money, well, I don't know, it would be a tough one to pick. In truth though, I don't think you can go wrong with either engine. The 1.5 is more nimble and it feels more like what a Mazda MX-5 should be, whereas the 2-litre offers more grunt in the mid-range and it's a better cruiser. So there we have it for Mark IV Mazda MX-5, a truly wonderful car. Mazda, you've done it again. All I can do is wax lyrical about the damn thing, but why wouldn't you? Because if you drive one of these, I'm sure you will know exactly where I'm coming from. And it's little wonder that the MX-5 has been such a popular car since its introduction in 1989. Anyway guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and please subscribe for more car obsession.